Hi, I'm training to be an end time survivor so that I can live during the end times by listening and learning. Is the mark of the beast Sunday worship? A large number of YouTube videos were produced by the Seventh-day Adventists. They say the mark of the beast is not something that will be put in your hand or forehead, even though that is precisely what the Bible says. They say it will not have anything to do with buying and selling, even though that is exactly what the Bible says. Instead, they argue that the mark of the beast is all about Sunday worship. Seriously? Well, to be fair, it may not be evil to go to church on Sunday, but they say it is evil if you worship God while you're there. This is not an exaggeration or a distortion of exactly what they teach. Ironically, it's happening at a time when the mark of the beast has become a literal reality in a way that no one could have imagined 100 years ago. Back then, people were free to come up with whatever theory they liked, since the literal fulfillment of the prophecy seemed so unlikely. But that is not the case today. It's actually happening. This prophecy is being fulfilled as you watch this video now. Every day there are more news reports about experiments with people getting RFID chips put in their bodies, which they can use for many things, including buying and selling. There are still details to be ironed out, like some people having it in their arms instead of their hands. And no one, so far as I know, has put one in their forehead yet. When it comes to Bible prophecy, the SDAs got a head start on the rest of us because they've been predicting the return of Jesus for more than a century now, and they deserve some credit on this. But unfortunately, they became obsessed with accusations against the Roman Catholic Church. That spread to accusations against anyone who worships God on Sunday, including the vast majority of the Protestants. Consequently, they are pretty much blind to their own problems, the root of all evil. The Catholic Church is not the root of all evil, and neither is worshipping on Sunday. Read the Gospels. Over and over, Jesus was accused by the people who crucified him of profaning the Sabbath. He would respond with things like, "My Father works every day, and so do I." The word Sabbath literally means rest. Jesus said, "Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. My burden is light and my yoke is easy." He taught that the Sabbath law was written as a favor to the laborers to give them one day rest a week. Jesus was condemned by the religious fanatics who were blindly legalistic about the day. When Jesus saw people fishing or collecting taxes, he did not ask them which day they took off. Why? Because he was calling them to take every day off to work for God 7 days a week instead of working for money. He leapfrogged right over the Sabbath argument by dealing with the source of all evil. Can anyone seriously imagine that the devil would order people to worship God on Sunday as a way of blaspheming God? That is what the Seventh-day Adventists teach. They want us to believe that God has said only one day shall be holy. On the other 6 days, thou shalt not be holy. And if you worship God any other day, God will send you to hell for having accepted the mark of the beast. Everywhere you look these days, even amongst those who talk about the return of Jesus, people are refusing to confront the root of all evil. Consequently, the good they say is spiritually impotent. they have left out the missing piece. God is not stupid. He has warned us for 2,000 years that a day is coming when He will draw a line in the sand. No, make that line in concrete, which marks the end of His patience with our greed. We are at that point in human history right now, but does anyone really care? You cannot outsmart God. Fall on the teachings of Jesus, as the Bible says, and they will break you. They will reveal the false values that govern the world and all the religions in it. But if you refuse to let yourself be broken by those teachings, they will one day fall on you and grind you to powder. That is what Jesus said. Such destruction awaits every Seventh-day Adventist who is following their church's traditional interpretation of the mark of the beast. But it is also what awaits the vast majority of people who have cheated on what the Bible says about the root of all evil. God is looking for individuals, nonconformists, who are prepared to forsake the lies and traditions of the world and of their churches to obey Jesus. Believe me, it's the only way to truly overcome the enemy in these dark times. And for those who are willing to obey, Jesus is coming soon and is ready to prepare you for what lies ahead. Please come to Him today. To hear more, please subscribe to this channel. There is also a link to an article on this subject in the description below. Thank you for listening.